Now, there is widespread global optimism after a landmark climate change deal was agreed in Paris. 195 countries, as well as the European Union, they all said yes to the pact after 2 weeks of intense negotiations. Now, the agreement urges all nations to limit their greenhouse gas emissions and then subject those to review every 5 years. Here's our environment editor, Nick Clark.
The moment the world agreed to tackle climate change.
L'accord de Paris pour le climat est accepté.
And so the Paris Agreement was born, and emotions spilled over. To bring more than 190 countries together to come up with a universal pact was an extraordinary achievement. So much so that Laurence Fabius banged the gavel again.
So, I have been asked to bang the gavel again. It's a little gavel, but I think it can do great things.
Earlier there was a moment of high drama, as suddenly the text appeared to throw up a difficulty. Fears grew that agreement was in jeopardy. Then, apparently, it was just typing errors due to lack of sleep.
As a result of the finalization of documents in haste by colleagues who had not slept for days, a number of errors, regrettably, were not detected in the document L9 as it was being finalized in the early hours of this morning. The Secretariat regrets the errors, and I would apologize for the oversights.
Outside the main hall, acknowledgement of a deal done, but also of the compromises made.
In the end, we all compromised. Developed countries compromised, we developing countries compromised. That's what a negotiation is about. We all compromised. Otherwise, you wouldn't have had a negotiation. And we come out all as winners.
There was praise, too, from President Obama.
This agreement sends a powerful signal that the world is firmly committed to a low-carbon future. And that has the potential to unleash investment and innovation in clean energy at a scale we have never seen before.
But at last, there's a platform from which an assault can be launched.
This agreement is a very good agreement. It's strong in the ambition to hold down temperature increase, stronger than we anticipated actually. And we had thought it would just be about 2 degrees increase, holding to 2 degrees increase, but they've put on the table doing their best to get as close as they can to 1.5.
Earlier in the day, civil action continued as activists were allowed to protest despite the state of emergency here in Paris. It's taken 2 weeks of monumental effort to get to this point, not to say the months and years of pain and frustration since Copenhagen in 2009. Naturally enough, right now spirits are high, but very soon it will be all about putting the Paris Agreement into practice. Nick Clark, Al Jazeera, Paris.